I was on Instagram earlier today, and the 33rd team, really good platform. They have some of the best analysis that you're going to find when it comes to the NFL. They posted this on their Instagram page. They asked which second-year quarterback will have the best 2023 season. You got Brock Purdy, Sam Howell, Desmond Ridder, and Kenny Pickett. I'm going to have to say Sam Howell. And that may sound a little bit crazy to you guys. And no, I'm not high. You see my eyes. They're perfectly white. They're not red. I'm not drunk. I strongly believe that Sam Howell is going to have a fantastic season. The Washington Commanders, they have Eric Bieniemy as their new offensive coordinator, and they got a really good supporting cast around Sam Howell. You have Brian Robinson, who was one of the best rookie running backs last year. You also have Antonio Gibson at wide receiver. You have Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin, a.k.a. Mr. Scary Terry. Then you have Jahan Dotson, who, like Brian Robinson, was also one of the best rookies at his position last year. And if Jahan Dotson never got injured, he probably would have had just as a productive season as Garrett Wilson. And for Sam Howell, he doesn't have as much experience as the other guys listed here, such as Purdy, Ridder, and Pickett, but in the small sample size that we saw from Sam Howell when he led the Commanders to their win over the Dallas Cowboys, he looked pretty solid. And not only that, but in the preseason, this dude was phenomenal. And going into this year, now that he's going to have a really good offensive coordinator and Bieniemy calling the plays, he's going to have a really good team around him. There's no reason why Sam Howell should have a disappointing season. And I wouldn't be surprised if Sam Howell ends up being in the MVP discussion. This is somebody who most definitely can be considered a dark horse MVP candidate. With how Washington played last year, they nearly made it to the playoffs. They went 8-1, and this is with them having not so great quarterback play. They started Carson Wentz. You had Taylor Heineke, who came in and gave them a spark for a brief period of last year. But Sam Howell, this is somebody who is super talented. He was drafted in the later portion of the draft that he came out in, but it doesn't mean the guy is a bum and he's a scrub. Like prior to his final season at the University of North Carolina, him and Spencer Rattler were projected to be the first and second overall selections. Then the season happened and UNC didn't really perform all that well, but it wasn't because of Sam Howell. It was more due to the fact that North Carolina, their team kind of regressed. They lost a lot of good players to the draft prior to the start of that year. And Sam Howell and UNC, they just didn't really perform up to expectation. But Sam Howell has all the talent to be the franchise quarterback for the Washington Commanders moving forward. And if Eric Bieniemy is as good of a coach that many people make him out to be, there's no reason why Sam Howell shouldn't have a really good 2023 campaign. So that's who I think is going to have the best season out of the second-year quarterbacks that we have on the screen right now. Some people are probably going to say Kenny Pickett, and you definitely can make the argument for Kenny Pickett. The Steelers have a really good roster as well. You got George Pickens, you got Deontay Johnson, Pat Freiermuth, Najee Harris, and they also have improved the offensive line, which Steeler fans are nicknaming it the Picket Fence. But for Sam Howell, though, I just think that his offensive coordinator being Bieniemy is going to give him such a boost compared to Kenny Pickett, who has to deal with Matt Canada as his offensive coordinator. And Matt Canada did improve slightly throughout last year, but he still had a lot of head-scratching play calling at times. Brock Purdy, we don't really know how good he's going to be coming off that injury that he suffered to his elbow. And even then, there may be a strong chance that Trey Lance may end up becoming the starting quarterback sometime throughout this upcoming season, depending on how Brock Purdy performs. Now, I'm a big believer in Brock Purdy, but when it comes to this conversation, I'm going to have to give it to Sam Howell. Now, Desmond Ridder, I'm not really the biggest fan of Desmond Ridder. Out of all of these three quarterbacks that we have on the screen, I think Desmond Ridder probably was the worst out of them. And when it comes to Desmond Ridder, the Falcons do have a solid supporting cast around them, but I'm just not a big fan of what I saw out of him last year. I think he was a little bit below average at best, and he has a lot of improvement that he needs to make compared to the other three quarterbacks that he's mentioned with on this graphic. But I believe Sam Howell is going to be the best second-year quarterback out of all of these guys that we have on screen. It may be a little bit, surprising to some of you guys, but Sam Howell, with the situation that he's in, he may not have as talented as a team that a guy like Brock Purdy may have, but with the play calling, with the wide receivers and having the run game to back him up, plus he's going to have an amazing defense, I think Sam Howell has everything at his disposal to be the best second-year quarterback in 2023.